Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Denver Broncos. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey guys, listen. I'm coming.
Check. Bang out. Bam.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. You look at this Browns defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
42's the mic.
So don't say nothing.
Check 52.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Hey, alert.
Mike's 4-2.
Here's Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. The Broncos at 9-1 on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Good job right there.
42, Mike 42. I hope you brought your lunch, because I'm about to take you to school.
Mike 42.
On second down, Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Hey, check Mike 6. Watch the screen.
Mike 6.
Back to throw. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
They can't hang with us.
Hey, 54.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Alert.
I got you.
Tight dog.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Broncos, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second down and 6 now.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
54 is down, he's coming. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
You. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, 59. 56, the mark.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
I got you, son. I got you.
Now Watson, he's going to move him around.
13.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
64. Twist.
Watson, off play action. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. When you look at this Bronco defense, we know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
2nd and 10.
Hey, 24. He's checking. Hey, 59. Crash. Slam.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
You ready? 59. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Mike's 50.
Here's Watson.
56.
All right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. To throw is Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
41's coming. 41's a mic. Gotta do better.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
56. No, off.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second and 1 from the 2.
Hey, 31! Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Check 37. Check 37.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Browns go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. As they've got it as we resume action. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 3.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, check Mike. Mike 6.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Mike 6.
On third down, Wilson. That is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's taken on the 25. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Kill. Hey, 59. Check. Fresno.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Switch.
Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
I give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
The extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
You can't block me. Undercrush. Good job right there. Alert.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2nd and 7.
Mike 6. Hey, keep it up. Hey, check Mike. Mike 6. Hey, let's get
Here's Wilson. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
It's going to be a long day. Alert 3.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Broncos nothing. Cade York to kick off for the Browns.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Mike's 4-2. Time to go. Night-night. Mike's 42.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hey, alert. Mike 6. Here we go.
Mike 6.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, check Mike.
Wilson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh?
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a 2nd and 2.
Hey, 55. 99.
Check 99. Joker. 41's coming. 41's a Mike.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Cade York to kick off for the Browns.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. All day, dog. Mike 6. Mike 6.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Right. Watch tight end.
Hey, let's go double count right here. Double count.
Mike 6. Mike 6. Hey, check. Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this. Mike 6. Mike 6.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
We got three. Three down. Let's go. Mike 42. Right here. Mike 42.
Wilson.
They're running it.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On 1st down, it's Watson. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming at 55.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. You ain't got nothing.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a 2nd and 10.
56. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
42's the Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Good job right there. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Mike 42. Mike 42. Let's go.
On first down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
0-0. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Defense wins championships, baby.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Inside the 20, and he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, 59. Slam. Check.
The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 102 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tight left. 4 down, 4 down. 41's coming, 41's a Mike. Hey,
Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I got him. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
Watson now to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Let's go, D. 26. Showing A. Check nickel.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Check, 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
You're not ready. Hey, 4-1's Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Back to throw, Watson. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 6. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Hey, check Mike. Mike 6.
Now Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike. Mike 6. Yeah. You don't want none. Hey, alert. Mike 6. I'm trying to collect.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game.
Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Switch gears.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Joel Bitonio, one of the steals of the 14 draft, the culprit there. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike's 56. Watch the 24. Here we go.
Handoff comes to Chubb.
You better get in the weight room, son.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 129 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 11.
Check 41. Here we go. 41 Mike. Right
now Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Mike 56. Hey, let's get in them holes.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Now it's Watson.
We're going to shut you down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Watch the pass.
19. Mike 6. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, check one.
To throw is Wilson.
I smell fear in that offense.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
I got you. Hey, watch this.
Chubb on the counter. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Tighten up. 31. Check three.
Second down, here's Chubb again. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Let's get that ball. He's coming.
Here's Watson.
We're going to shut you down.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
What's that? 118. 3 buzz. Hey, alert.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Felton will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Go 14. Mike 6. Mike 6. Hey, I'm coming. Hey, check Mike.
Now Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
Big edge.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Kill.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A huge play there for Denver. And even 60 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing. But with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Here we go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, check back.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check Mike 6, Mike 6. Hey, watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Now it's Wilson. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, here's Strong once more. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Check tight. Check tight. Watch twist.
On 3rd down, here's Strong. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. Watch.
Here's Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hey, this is our house. Let's go look for signals. 42, Mike 42.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter.
Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland,